Okay, let's go back. So you started with 13 and 14. Is everybody okay there? No, you didn't do 13 and 14. I lied, I erased that. You start, okay, 24.
I wrote them down. My homework. I wrote them down.
Questions about either 24, 37, or 38? Okay, we did 37 together. Okay, 38. Oh, and 40. Oh my God. Do y'all need 38 or no? Okay, several people say yes. All right, so let's do 38. Find the tangents to the curve y equals x cubed plus x at the points where the slope is 4. So they're really asking for 3 different things here. 1, they're asking for where the slope is 4. 2, they're asking, I did it with a different equation though, I think. Well, maybe I did. All right. Three different things this question is asking me. They're asking me for where is the slope of the tan line 4, where is the smallest slope on my graph, and where is the value of the slope the smallest. So first things first, to find slope of a tan line, no. Find the slope of the tan line, what do I have to find? The derivative. I always tell calculus, if you're ever confused in here and you just don't know the answer, just say derivative. Probably 50% of the time you're going to be right. Derivative here, what's the derivative of y? Is anybody confused on that? Simple power rule, yes? Okay. Now, I didn't ask what the equation was. I asked you instead, where is it 4? So if this is the slope, and I want to know when is it 4, set it equal to 4. Everybody okay there? Solve this. So I have now answered my first question. Where is the slope 4 at positive 1 and negative? Okay. No, for illusion. Okay, that was the answer to the first question. Then it says, what is the smallest slope of the curve? Well, how do I find the slope of the curve? The derivative, right? That's the slope at a particular point. So it's saying, where is this? Where does this have the smallest value? Why? Okay, if I have the equation 3x squared, rerun back to algebra 2 when you're doing quadratics. If I have 3x squared plus 1 and I said, where is it the lowest or where is it the smallest? At the vertex, right? Because this is just this parabola that's been shifted up 1 that does this. I'm not worried about these shrinks and stretches. It's gone up 1. I'm looking for that lowest point. So where does the smallest slope happen? At x equals 0, what is that value? Anytime they ask you for a value, that's the y. Anytime they ask you where, that's the x. You could find the vertex there. Graph it and look for the lowest point. I don't know that algebraically, other than, I mean, we're going to talk about calculus ways to find that soon. But, yes. Are you mocking me, Doja?
You said that?
What?
I already talked crap about us the other time.
No, I didn't. Why do y'all always come in and say that?
Why do you always talk crap?
What did I say in second block? Oh, I was going to say, I don't think I did. I don't think. True? No, I don't. 47. More gray hair. I don't have any, Dozier. Thank you. One of my kids asked me the other day, did I dye it? Because there was a streak of gray in it. And I said, no, I did not. You put that there. Thank you. That was one of my third block kids. I told him, you put that there. All right. It doesn't really matter what this is. I mean, it gives you the background. When a rock falls from rest near the surface of the earth, gives you an equation. In this equation, S is the distance in meters, T is the elapsed time in seconds. It says first find the SDT, and then find the second derivative of S with respect to T. So you can't find the second without finding the first. So dSdt, y'all were getting kind of confused with the variables yesterday, but it doesn't matter. This is the derivative of S with respect to T, or S prime. There's only one variable in here. And what do you get? 9 point what? Yes? The second derivative is just 9.8. That's literally all you had to do.
Logan, I will strangle you. Yes, what? No.
I took the derivative of this one and then the derivative of this one. Well, it asked you, all right, guys, stay with me. It asked you for this one. You understand now? You could do it to any path. You can take any derivative. I could continue going. What would the next derivative be? 0. Okay, what else from your homework? 58. 56. Let f of x equal. Ooh. I like this one. Find the second derivative. Second or third? Second. Oh my goodness.
100%.
All right, first derivative. What's the derivative of x? 1. Uh-oh. All right, Miguel says flip it. Flip it how? That's exactly right. You tell me why. That's a square root. 1/2 comes in with radical. This is just a negative exponent. It's just on the bottom, so it's just x to the -1. Now can you take the derivative? Do the power rule. -1 times -1 is +1, and -1 minus 1 is... Am I confused? Same power rule you've been doing. Okay. Multiply, subtract 1. What's the derivative of 1? 0. All right, then power rule here. -2 times 1. -2, subtract 1. There we go. What's the third derivative? You didn't have to, but...
What's the answer, bro?
So, it was probably written like this. Oops, 2's in the top. No, you're good. I don't care. Just be able to recognize that they're the same thing in case it's multiple choice. That's fine. Practice problems like that. Just like the rules. Practice problems. Not during class today, but if you want, yes. Remind me when we're done. I always say second, F double prime, yeah. All right, 58. D. Just to show you that I could do it.
We know you can do it.
So that you could do it. What? Yeah. 57. Derivative of. This looks like a quotient property to me. And this is one where y'all, all right, guys, stay, lock in. When you ask me how far do I have to take it after I do the quotient rule, since this is multiple choice, I really need to look at how the answers are formatted to know how far I need to go. It looks like A and D keep the bottom squared. I'm thinking that one of the answers is probably A or D since the bottoms are squared, but I'm going to work it out and see.
Oh, I
Hey,
wrote
I
A
just
or
want
D on my.
Did you?
Hey,
That is.
yeah, I want you to know. Hey, difference quotient or whatever. Hey, Logan.
57.
Oh, it is. What's the derivative?
Derivative of the top. That's fine. But you can't do them like that whenever you have to do quotient rule.
I did.
Yeah, but that's fine. So
Is it the derivative?
yeah, they're both 1. So derivative of the top is 1 times the bottom minus the top times derivative of the bottom all over the bottom squared. X minus x, -1 minus 1 would be -2, which would be D.
Oh, I've got to all over the. Yeah.
Wyatt, you good? Logan? Stop. Apologize to him, not me. 58. Assume f of x, and yet you're still talking. Yes. You could. So the question was, do I have to do the product rule here? And I would say you can if you want to, or you could multiply it out and find. The question asked me for the number of horizontal tangents. A difference of cubes. When you multiply it out, boys. When the slope is 0, you're exactly right, Davis. Let me go ahead and do the derivative. Difference of squares, not cubes. Right? If you FOIL that out for 1, you'd see it was x to the 4 times 1. But if you recognize that it's the factored form of a difference of cubes, it's an easy multiply out, right? So the derivative here is 4x cubed. And so since it asked me about what horizontal tangents, what happens at a horizontal tangent, Logan? The slope, not this, but this. The slope is 0 because the line's like this. So the question is, where does this, or they didn't say where, they said, which is the correct number of horizontal tangents. So how many solutions do you get? 1. Just 1. Solve it. There's only one way. It might be a repeated solution, but it's just one solution. So it's A, one solution. There's only one place that it has a horizontal tangent. It depends on what it's asking you. So if it said where does it occur, you'd plug the 0 in and it would be a point. But they didn't ask me that. But even still, where would be at x equals 0? But this one's asking me how many. If I'd have had something like, if my derivative equals x plus 2, x minus 1, how many horizontal tangents do I have? 2. Because there's two places this will equal 0. At -2 and at +1. What was your question, Solomon? That's at the end when we start reviewing. I keep everything in there. Yeah. We'll be there second semester. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. It'll be easy by the time we get to second semester. Yeah. All right, flip over because this is really the good stuff here on this AP prep quiz here on the next page, the 1 through 4. Did everybody get 4? I mean 1. 1 was good. Yes, no. 1 was C. We're talking about 1 right now. If you weren't talking to Logan and Wyatt, you would have known that we were on 1 and not 2. All right, number 1. Let f of x equal the absolute value of x plus 1. Which of the following statements about f is or are true? So the first one says f is continuous at x equals -1. What's happening at x equals -1? Not true. Define continuous. Define continuity for me. Everybody stop and define continuity. The limit from the left equals the limit from the right, which equals the function value. It's not differentiable at -1, but it is continuous at -1. Yeah, but you still just got it wrong. This is -1. Right? -1, 0. So yes, it is continuous. The second one says, is f differentiable at 1? And we said, no, that's a corner. Can't happen at a corner. Just because it's continuous doesn't mean it's differentiable. But if it's differentiable, it is continuous. Okay? And then 3 says f has a corner at 1. Well, very obviously that's a corner. So 1 and 3, which one says 1 and 3? That would be C. So we missed the continuity part of that.
Oh, that's so bad.
But if it's continuous, it doesn't have to be differential. Number 2. If the line normal, now tell me, boys, what does the normal line, Slade, sit down. No, you're not, sit down. Did he hit you? Yeah. Then why is your mouth open like that? Okay. Normal to the graph. What, the boys and girls, focus. What does normal mean? Normal line, the negative reciprocal, right? Yes, it's perpendicular to the tan line. Yes, yes. Okay, so it says it passes through the point 1, 2, and through the point -1, 1. Ooh, this is a little different. Which of the following gives f prime of 1? All right, let's read it carefully. Let's read it. The line normal to the graph of f at the point 1, 2 passes through the point -1, 1. So this is the normal line. 2 points on the normal line. But what it's asking me for is the tan line. So let's find the slope of the normal line, and Miguel's right, let's just flip it, right? So the slope of the normal line is going to be 1 minus 2, -1 over -1 minus 1, -2, so 1/2, which means the slope of the tan line is going to be -2. -2. And now it says at 1, so here's my point 1, 2, because the tan line and the normal line go through the same point. This is 1, 2. It's just they're perpendicular to each other. So y minus 2 equals negative 2x minus 1. There's my tan line. If I plug in 1 for x, what do I get? 1 minus 1, I got 2. Oh, they got negative 2. Oh, I don't know. I don't know why I did that. Y'all are right. I went too far. I did too much. It's just that. Sorry. Sorry. Just a baby. All right, number 3. Why? You always tell me not to say stuff again. If I do, it's because Dozier put it there. My favorite picture. Why, so everybody can pick on me?
We're just talking about videos where you say a bad word.
I'm sure. All right, let's look at number 3. Find the derivative. Quotient. Oh, y'all don't need 3? Oh, good. You need 3? B. Derivative of the top, which is 4 times the bottom, minus the top times derivative of the bottom, and then just square the bottom. Always start. Here's what I do. Always start with the derivative of the top. And you can only take one derivative at a time. So if you start with the derivative of the top, then you multiply it by the bottom. Minus, and then you've already done derivative of the top, so you do derivative of the bottom times the top. Right. B, 10 over, that's square. On the quiz you can. Yeah. All right, number 4. This is the one y'all did not get, huh? In typical AP fashion, there are 3 parts. Normally there's 5, but find all the points where F has horizontal tangents. I hope at this point in time you all know how horizontal tangents are found. I feel like we've drilled that. Somebody tell. Where the derivative equals 0. Horizontal tangents. Derivative is 0. All right. So, derivative 4x cubed minus, how are we feeling about the product rule now? I mean the power rule. Yeah. All right, 0 equals. I'm going to factor out a 4x. Leaves me with x squared minus 1. 2. I've got x equals 0, and I've got x equals plus or minus square root of 2. How many places do I have horizontal tangents? 3. 3. Where do they happen at x equals 0, x equals plus or minus 2? Square root of 2. Because it says find all the points where f has horizontal tangents. So when x equals 0, x equals plus or minus square root of 2. Part B, find an equation of the tangent line at x equals 1. I've already found the derivative. I'm not going to double my work up, so I'm just going to take that derivative and plug in 1. Yes? What is that giving me? What does f prime of 1 give me? The derivative at 1, which is what? slope of tan line at 1. Yes? All right. So this is my slope of my tan line. I need what to write an equation of the line? Point and a slope. I have a slope. I need a point. How do I find the point? The original equation. F of 1 would be 1 to the 4th minus 4 times 1 to the 2nd, which would be negative 3. Point is negative, nope, 1, negative 3. My slope is negative 4. Write the equation of the line. Negative 3 minus 4 minus 1. What? No, I just did that, but it doesn't. I thought that's what somebody said. You can do it either way. Is it?
That's how you do it always.
I don't know. I don't know. Find an equation of the normal line of x equals 1. Exact same equation. The only difference is slope is negative reciprocal.
I'm just trying to turn the lights off. Yeah, that's the shadow do that.
I don't even want to watch it. I'm
Thank
done.
you, Hannah.
I'm tired. You've got my money.